let's match it. And like, I'm really smart. Remember, Elon Musk, the man is worth $400 billion. He put his dick in Amber Heard. It actually happened. You cannot tell me that this isn't real, bro. It is just such a great example.
You know what's really dangerous?
You brought up in the Bible, King Solomon.
Yeah.
Wisest man to ever live, known to man in the word. You know his downfall? A woman.
Yeah.
Pussy.
He met a woman that was for the streets, brought into his kingdom. She led him astray and ruined his whole career as a king. Yeah. So you're right, bro. The smartest man, wisest man. What's his downfall? Woman.
It's no insulation against the blue pill. Go ahead.
Nothing.
3 quick points. So one with regards to Steven Crowder, one of the things that, and I hadn't really listened to him before the divorce, but one of the things that really made me respect him is because he was being recorded covertly.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And the way that he spoke to that woman while he was angry and being recorded covertly, he's a better man than I am. Lord knows.
Yeah, and it's amazing to me how everyone looked at it like, oh my God, did you see how he spoke to her? Motherfucker!
Yeah.
That's how relationships go.
Too, exactly.
That's
Everyone's
how they
been in a
go.
relationship, not yelled at a girl.
She's not going to show all the time. She probably slapped him up or said some shit about him, blah, blah, blah. Like, he said, I will fuck you up, but it was like, he meant from a legal perspective. Because she tried to say, I'm going to come after your reputation. He was like, oh, really? You're going to do that? I'm going to fuck you up legally. Mm-hmm. But of course they're going to cut that out. She cut the clip up, make him look crazy. I'm sorry, please.
So here's the dangerous thing. I bet my money that every one of us, maybe except Rolo and our economist here, but all of you animals would probably have been more stern and forceful in that moment. And so if a guy like Steven Crowder, who's fairly mild-mannered and soft with it, if they can take him down, they're going to come for all of us. And what we're looking at are levels of masculine expression. I felt like it wasn't very masculine at all. Wasn't very stern at all.
Calm, yeah.
And so they take the guy who's the softy and say he's toxic masculine.
How about Jonah Hill?
So then,
benchmark,
right?
Oh, yeah.
So
how about Jonah Hill? Jonah Hill says, if you want to hang out with people like this, and that's the energy you want, I support you. You're a beautiful, incredible woman, but maybe this isn't for us. And they called him a misogynist when he said that. He goes, I support you.
And then he gave her pictures of her naked on Instagram.
Whatever it was.
Totally valid.
The concept of this, like, for instance, if he had been fine with her with pictures in bikini, that's fine. But the thing is, he said he didn't like that. But forget what his preferences are. He gave her the option to leave.
Yeah, it doesn't
and
matter
then
what
he
you're
broke
asking.
up with her, no matter what happens. And then she brought this up when he had his child. Right after he has his child, he's like, hey, looks like I'm happy with another woman. Here we go.
Jealous.
Let me throw this in. Let me throw this in. It's like people never care about that part. But the thing is, he tells her, he goes, I love you and support you. And they called him a misogynist. And it was the craziest thing in the world. I was like, Jonah Hill, he made a bad decision, but he was not wrong. He was not wrong in anything he did.
We need him to lean into it and turn it up like 3 or 4 times. That's the era we're in where it's like, oh, I'm toxic masculine, fantastic. Let me take off my shirt and just turn it up 30 times. I heard you said one thing I want to ask you and verify because I don't know if you actually said this. But when I heard, I was like, that's an interesting idea. Initially, it sounded sus, but then I was like, that actually makes sense. Did you say that you would rather live with your buddies, like have a woman but live with your buddies kind of situation? You said that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Now that's
if I had the choice. If I had to live with personally, I'd rather live by myself. But if I had a choice of if I'm going to live with my girl or live with my guy friends, I'd rather live with my guy friends, 100%.
So I've been trying to buy some land, and no, really, I've been trying to.
See where this is going. I got the woman barn over here, where I put the women. They go in the barn.
It's like a kibbutz, man. He goes over.
Sorry, go ahead, please.
Admittedly, I've had of the spectrum of men and of the spectrum of women. I feel like I've been very favored, and I've had fairly good relationships. I've been very selective, and I've dealt with women that are traditional enough that they don't want to be on camera. Traditional enough that when they watch my content and a girl comments, they're like, "Oh, why is that girl watching YouTube? Like men's issues? Like she needs to like stick to like women's stuff." I only go on YouTube to look up recipes, and that's their real life. Chicks from the Midwest, things like this. But still, despite having very decent women who are religious, women who are from the Midwest, women who are from the South.
Midwest is good.
They're still annoying. right? Like,
Yes.
still on a consistent basis, they will find a way to ask you a dumb question like, well, why do you have to talk about, like, can't your content just be about business? Like, they'll find a way to ask something stupid or do something annoying or find a problem with something. I kid you not. I was in a high rise one time with this chick, beautiful woman. We're looking out at the most gorgeous view, right? And she says, oh, the window's dirty. I'm like, you. But they always find that.
Bro.
And in as much as that's the case, I said to myself, what if marriage is a super scam and we only get married when we're going to procreate and lock down the woman so that we don't mix our paternal blood, meaning she has like another dude's kids or another dude around our kids. And we limit the time that they actually get to be in our divine presence.
That's what
And I was like, I'm going to buy some fucking land. All the homies who want to put a place on this land is fantastic. And, I'm going to have 3 women and you all get a limited amount of time. And they're like, well, what if I want to be with you more days?
So let me tell you where I kind of got this. Like, because I noticed this too. Like, I was like, fuck, like women are kind of annoying. But I realized like
every last one of them.
If you're a masculine guy, like women are naturally going to annoy you to a degree because if you're with a hyper feminine woman and you're a masculine guy, we're not the fucking same, dude.
Not at all.
We're very different interests, which is why we're attracted to each other. So I always knew like there's no way I could fucking live with a girl. But when I saw it in practice, and I was like, because I was like, yeah, I could live with my buddies or live by myself. But where I saw it in practice and it worked was when I was at the Tate house. Andrew and Tristan don't live with any women. Girls come by or whatever, but they fucking leave after.
And you got to take your shit with you when you go.
They
don't be leaving stuff around here.
They're always leaving something.
Right? Like, you'll have girls over or whatever, but they leave. And I'm like, this is fantastic because you stay sharp because you're with your brother. You have that competitive edge. You have other guys there that are trying to, like, get their, come up as well, make money. They fight, they train together, etc. You stay sharp, right? And then girls come and go, and it works because it shows pre-selection. They know other girls are there. They're going to see fucking girls' stuff there. They're going to know. They're going to see eyelashes, whatever. Yeah. So it gives her pre-selection, keeps you sharp. She can't be in your presence all the time, so she values that attention a lot
has
more.
Has time to miss you.
Your masculinity stays on point. You don't become soft living with her, whatever. And, oh, man, I want to eat some buns, whatever. Like, some guys can pull it off. I know some guys that live with their girl, and they're fine, right? But you got to be high level. Like, guys like Sartain has female friends. I don't tell guys to have female friends, but some guys can pull it off. Rolo's been able to manage it. So some guys can do it effectively and it works. But for a majority of guys, you're going to be pussified when you live with your girl. Yeah. Sorry. So I think one of the best ways to stave it off is either live by yourself or live with other guys that are super sharp and just have girls come and go. It helps with your pre-selection anyway, keeps her distance. And she wants to be with you more because what do they say? Distance makes the heart grow fonder.
It does. Yeah. Hey,
especially if you're younger, this is great.
Let me clear out
these
trying to come up,
super
that's
100%.
Keeps you motivated, dude. Girls
like when I was
weaken
winning
you.
world titles and shit, I would live with other fighters. We would just train. We had money from places, but I wouldn't be living with the girls. We needed to stay focused. You need that testosterone. That other guys trying to accomplish big shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like women pussify you.
Yeah, don't live with losers though, because they'll be sitting around playing video games. Make sure you're living with guys.
My sales team moved in next door, and we go train together. We do all kinds of stuff.
Okay, so you got it in a way right there. Okay, because I know you're with your chick, but like you stay sharp.
Well, also we watch SEC football, throw footballs all the time, and we go to the gym all the time.
Like it's a dormitory.
We have a very different. Yeah.
Let me clear these out real quick. Sir, Mr. Jason, thanks for the $2. He says the Magnificent Seven. Godspeed, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
It's always a good time.
That was pretty cool. Rational Trucker says, Bible says, be ye sober-minded means be rational, not emotionally driven. Just saying, I have faith is worthless when faith without works is dead. Great guests tonight. I really like the guy on Myron's Right on whatever podcast.
You said something.
I agree. I liked you on Myron's podcast.
One of the things, and I quoted you on this when I used it. Like you said something really great. You told the chick, "What would you do if you're not doing sex work?" And she said something about being a cocktail waitress.
Right. And
then you proceeded to say, if you were in a man's body, you would live in fucking poverty. And I was like, holy shit, that is so goddamn true. How many of these girls that we know that make 10K, 20, 50K, 100K per month doing, the bullshit that they do, right? Whether it's, sex work, OnlyFans, cocktail waitresses. Some of them make a bunch of money. I know some chicks here in Vegas make like 300K, whatever. How many of them would be able to make that money?
3K
if they were a fucking dude. None of them, bro.
None.
You have to have tangible skills as a man, period.
Yeah.
So when you said that shit, I was like, damn, that hits. Like you would literally, if you were in a man's body, you would live in poverty. I was like, fuck yeah.
I got one left here. If Cappy would ever add another variable on the book of Numbers being bashed on the "Are we dating the same guy?" Facebook group before even meeting, would that be or that 0.000076238 chance of success per girl would plunge?
It would. I have estimates. One guy, top tier alpha, is taking about 4 or 5 off the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I have one for Masculine Investor. You go, yo, Saint and Sinner and Myron should totally film a sparring match. My money is on Marquette. He's
a boxing a lot longer than me, man.
Siege D Got Promiscuity by Tim Burkhead. I guess that's a book.
I suggested that.
Okay, cool. I'll check that out. Yeah. Real Christian Man. He's talking about Glenn Lawrence and Andrew Wilson. Wants them on the show. Hold Up Jake Shields fought your boy John Fitch.
Yeah. Oh, really? You fought John Fitch? Really?
Yeah, he's
man. Yeah, he's part of Rule Zero.
A lot of big names.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Nice. TOF, to play the other side, how would you respond to the licking the ice cream argument that the traditional content creators have made in opposition to men spinning plates as a relationship strategy? Here's how I would respond to it. Women do not need experience to get better at dating. Men do need experience to get better at dating. What women can do, so I recommend for men, all guys have one super slut friend. Don't fuck her, but she's a fucking huge slut. And she shows you that she's like messaging 10 guys the same nude, and she thinks they're virgins, and she's got a sugar. Like, she just bears it all for you. Just a huge slut. Everybody needs just one big slut friend.
You need it to see what women are capable of. You need it. Because so many guys are fucking, they're unaware.
Yeah. So women need a male nephew, brother, father figure, or if you have a guy friend who fucks a lot of women and just is cool being friends with you, to say, okay, I'm in a relationship with this guy. Can you look at this relationship from a third party perspective and say audit it? And then you go on his IG and it's like, okay, NFT, rented Lambo, felony conviction. I'm gonna guess this is probably, but women don't do that because again, red hot, fiery emotion in here. This is why so women don't need experience in order to get better at dating. When they get experience at dating, they just become bitter. Yeah. What they need instead is
lose their value too.
For sure. What they need instead is a male counterpart, or sometimes female, who has like grandma. Grandma, she's gone through menopause, and a lot of times, grandma really quick. Grandma can look at a granddaughter and say, "Oh, you're pregnant, baby." She knows. Grandma has experience, but grandma has experience, and she doesn't have all the hormones going through her anymore. So a lot of times, grandma can tell you, like some wise elderly figure, to look at and audit the situation, who understands male and female dynamics.
Grandma's always based.
Yeah, for sure.
Menopause,
for sure,
wises them up.
Menopause makes you smarter. Yeah. Can we get a fucking T-shirt? Menopause makes you smarter.
Real quick, we have some here.
Estrogen drops, IQ increases.
On Rumble. Sound Like Chaos says, "Damn, man, big fan of Jake Shields. Let's fucking go."
Yeah.
What does Jake Shields think of the red pill?
I mean, it's just red pill. I don't know the term that we're talking about, basically. I mean, I basically do everything we're saying. I see, like, you were arguing with what Brian, his name Brian, guy following Twitter, trying to do the Christ pill shit. It's like,
Chase.
Chase.
Yeah, Chase. I like that guy. It's nothing against him, but it's just not realistic for most people. It's like,
no knock on Chase, man.
No, I like the guy. I'm sure we've both seen a lot of people that get married really young, right? Maybe 5-6 years later, the girl decides she wants to mess around. She could easily go meet guys, go fuck 10 guys if she wants. The guy doesn't know how to talk to girls. He's clueless. His wife's out messing around on him. He don't know what to do because he can't go pick up chicks.
Yep.
We've all seen that shit happen.
He can't even identify.
He got soft.
Yeah. And if he does know, he doesn't know how to pick up chicks. He doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to leave her because he's weak. He just goes, he's clueless. And it's you don't want to be that guy.
I need to respond to one more. Yo, Michael, what are your thoughts on Fat Kid in Brazil? That's what we'll call him.
Oh, Lord.
Lights out. Today in his video, he said he saw you in a Chipotle back in the day, and you pussied out when you saw him. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do.
Wait, what just happened?
Because this is obviously completely and totally absurd. I have seen this dude one time in my life, and almost got him kicked out of Access with a dude in Brazil. You guys know who I'm talking about. I have asked Spencer Cornelia to message him and say, I will debate him, but it's only going to be in fucking person. And he's the one who said he wouldn't do it. And I told Myron, I'll put up $10,000 and he can put up $100 and I will fight him fucking tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
If you want to do this. I'm serious right now. I have a feeling that if I took on this, obviously he needs to get a blood test before we do it because you see the stuff he does in Brazil there. But I will fight this dude because I think everyone in this community would cheer me on for beating the living crap out of this incredibly useless human being who suffers from antisocial personality disorder. But I didn't say his name, so we can't say anything about it. I'm not going to say his name because he didn't do the work to build a brand, so I'm not going to build his brand for him, but I will beat the crap out of him in any ring he chooses at any time, and I am 46 years old. I will do at any time he wants. So if he wants to say, if he wants to say this, that's fine. But watch, I have put the gauntlet out. He will not respond. Okay, next one is
he saw you in Chipotle.
That's the part that messes me up. I'm not gonna lie.
I never.
What is this?
I never saw him Chipotle. I have no idea.
I have seen him in Denny's.
You've seen him in Denny's? Have you seen him in between 6 transsexual men? Because he did that also. There's a video of that. There's an actual video of that. Okay,
I don't know who you're talking
which is better for a car loan, through bank, BOA, or credit union Cap One? That's an interesting question.
Honestly, bro, credit union.
Credit union.
I'm asking that because fresh is here. Okay.
Depends on the interest rate.
Okay, awesome. Very cool. All right, cool. I
got one more. Sorry, 2 more. Yeah. Reggie says, "Oh shit, gang." Thanks, bro. $1. Let's go. 5,000 says, "Saint, Myron's in town all week. Can y'all film exhibition match? I bet money he give you the business."
That Myron gives me the business.
Apparently.
You know what I find strange is like why can you respect?
We if we would spar, it would be off camera because we'd be like, he's my nigga, man. Like,
and it's like, why do you respect?
Don't do that shit for people. Fuck them. You guys are friends. Fuck that.
You know what it is?
That's
only if you don't like someone. Yeah, don't do that bullshit. If you spar, do it off camera.
Want to divide us?
Yo, so hard, bro.
So hard, bro.
Nah.
It's
If
just
someone
crazy.
touches Marquette, I'm punching him. Like, I'll fight him. I'll fight for him.
I love
like,
how Marquette. I love how
That's
Marquette
actually
like
friends.
how he's like starts his point. He's like, you know, let me tell you. It's like he's this college dissertation.
I find it disturbing that you find two people you respect and admire and say, I want you to beat each other up. When there's so many psychopaths that we need to knock out first. Right? It's like there's a whole line of people. Some fat guy in Chipotle. I mean, there's a whole line of people, and you want to see guys you respect beat each other up.
I'll be hanging out with like Nick or Nate Diaz or something. Like, who wins between you in a fight? It's like, go fuck yourself.
Right?
You know? Why are you gonna fucking? We train together all the time. Why are you gonna fucking ask a question like that?
Stupid.
It's just looking to get smacked. You know.
And
I think
Marquette's
Nick
been
Diaz
training
went off on
a
a
lot
reporter
longer
one
than
time
me.
for
I would
asking
learn
that.
something from him. It would be a great experience. But why would we record that? Like, that's weird. Like,
Yeah, it's no one's fucking business. You guys fight. You fight privately with your friends. You know?
In the interest of full disclosure, it was Marquette that said, "I'm going to debate Rollo Tomasi. You better show up." Like,
Debate, right.
You know I'm coming.
And it honestly, it hurts me because it's like there are things you guys teach and there are things that I teach, and I do believe there's a such thing as good people, and I do believe there is such thing as wicked people, and good people have to stay together because there's not a ton of us.
No, there ain't.
And we do have a fight to put up. And when I see people saying things like that, I'm like, you're not learning from us. That's a wicked instinct, and that's often what we're dealing with when we're dealing with women today. Like, for example, when you're saying women have more experience with dating, when I'm thinking about what I think you mean is they have more experience with manipulation. Like it's instinct. So we have to learn how to deal with manipulation. We have to get trained on that, whereas they do that as smoothly as blinking and breathing because it's instinct. And so it's like when we have to deal with all this wickedness, we have to deal with managing our women, and then we have to deal with the society that we're in, the government that's trying to take our freedom. It's like, why would you think of having us fight each other? It like hurts me because it's like, damn, don't you have respect for me or for Myron? Like, say if he could beat the snot out of me, why would you want to see that? Or if I could beat the snot out of him, like, why would you want to see that?
What y'all should be looking at is like, yo, if somebody touches one, like they're gonna fight together.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's what it is. I've known you now for what, 3 years now? Like almost.
Time?
Right?
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
And I
And we
respect
were
Marquette
early on.
enormously. So if we were to, number one, he's more experienced in boxing than me. And I would learn from him, and it would be a great experience. So, like, I'm humble enough to say that. But, like, that's weird when people say that shit. It's strange.
It
and as a
saddens me.
professional fighter, that's something that you never ask somebody,
I've had
right?
guys trying to educate with my friends. They ask us, like, who wins? It's like, go fuck yourself. We train together. That's between us. That ain't between anyone else. You know, what do you want me to do? Talk shit to my friend or him talk shit on me? That's just so disrespectful.
And it's not basketball, right? Like, you don't play fighting,
Exactly.
right?
It's like serious for training. So dudes be like, who wins between you? It's like, go fuck yourself. You're literally trying to instigate us. Like, that's private sessions where we go and beat the fuck out of each other.
Just coming from a professional fighter that beat the shit out of you, for say that, so there you go. That's the
I
etiquette.
think people maybe they just don't realize how disrespectful it is when guys say that.
Yeah.
I know Nick Diaz went off on a reporter once because they asked him like, "Oh, who would win between you and your brother?" And instead of getting answered, he goes, "Go fuck yourself." Like what? You know, walked out of the interview, which is what he should have done.
Right.
Like trying to instigate a fight between him and his brother.
You know, there was a time I would have disagreed with you about wicked people, but 2023 has taught me different. Absolutely
out there,
taught me different, man. People always thought, it was Ryan Stone told me this. He said, you know what? He says, you're red pill about women, but you are not red pill about guys. And I go, yeah, you were right. I learned how to be more red pill about men.
Hate your audience a little bit.
Yeah, hate your audience.
And you gave me some great advice perspective on certain persons in the space that was very straightforward, honest, and accurate. And you said it before it happened. Then it happened. I was like, You warned about that, and I appreciate that. And I don't want to make the person who sent in their super chat feel bad, but I do want men to think before they speak. Like, it's our responsibility as
Critical
men
thinking. Yep.
before we speak, because we won't be forgiven like women and children. Like, I've seen situations where like a guy bumps into a guy, that could end up being the end of your life because people are not all well upstairs. But if a woman bumps into the same person, it's just like, and she just carries on with life. A kid bumps into, they just carry on with life. Like, men, we really need to be thinking out here. It's a serious world. I encourage men to be a serious man. That's your primary mode of being. We need to be more militant and more thoughtful, not behaving like children and women. And they said that in The Godfather too, didn't they?
Yes.
These boys need to pay attention.
Yes. What was it? Women. I can't do the accent. Like, women and children can be irresponsible. Men cannot be responsible.
That's right.
Yeah. We can't make mistakes. I think that's what it was.
Guys, this has been a W stream.
This has been
Super Bowl
great.
weekend.
Yes.
We have some parties to attend to and events.
We do.
Real quick, guys, if you guys want to support our charity, it's Hounds for Heroes.
Yes.
Michael Irvin is the spokesperson for it, and they're training dogs, service dogs for disabled veterans. That's the charity that we're doing tonight. Obviously, there's 400 girls coming to this as well, but that's going to be at Sahara tonight. You guys can still buy tickets for that if you want to. Go to babesandtoiletlandcharity.com. And then we are going to be doing an animal rescue charity March 8th. In Los Angeles, if you guys are interested in that.
How I am about my dogs.
So if you guys are interested in either one of those, you guys make sure you come out to that.
I want to do a shout out real quick to Giovanni Sanders. He's the guy that does our music. And he's been doing it for, I use it as my outro music. We use it our intro music here. We constantly use it over and over. Now, Giovanni just got a record deal. Nice. So I was like, I want to congratulate him on his record deal. But he is in Las Vegas. He is doing a talent showcase right now and will be with us. I'll introduce you guys to him. Because he's going to, as soon as he's done with this showcase, he's going to come over to Babes in Toyland. But big ups to him because he gives me faith for, he renews my faith in humanity because he's like 28 years old. He busts his ass. He grinds and he sings, plays guitar, plays bass, plays the drums, does everything. Anything you hear, that's him doing that shit. So he's a multi-talent. I hate to call him a kid because he's a grown-ass man, but he, from the time he started doing this, I've been sort of helping him along and just been investing in his career. But just a shout out to Giovanni. And then also I never do this and I feel like I have to do this is like, I want to give a big shout out to Sam Bada because Sam Bada is in every single one of these shows and he is the mod and he makes sure I get the super chats and he's just on top of his game. And he is the audio book reader of the first 3 books. And so I just want to give a big props to Sam Bada. Thank you very much. I love you like a brother.
Shout out to him.
Guys, check us out on Fresh and Fit, man. Check us out. And then we're gonna have Jake in Miami. I know you guys want that interview. It's gonna definitely come. We're gonna talk about a bunch of different things. Some might not be safe for YouTube. If you guys watch our Twitter, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. But it's gonna be lit.
I want to see Jake
in March
with some girls.
What games?
Yes, we're gonna have Jake with some chicks too. 100%.
What games are you guys streaming? What game are you streaming?
Oh, Overwatch 2.
Okay, cool. I want to jump in there. I'm telling you, when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, I told it this is going to destroy my business. So what we're going to do is we're going to have 30 people lobbies, and that's how I'm going to have my group calls. It's going to just be like group calls where we're doing bank robberies together, and that's how we're going to
bonding with the bros, man.
Yeah, it's funny. And then next shows for us is going to be the 15th and the 22nd.
The 15th and 22nd. We'll have more girls
Access
in here.
Vegas.
More information.
I think I'll be out that March 9th. I think is the UFC. So I'll be out there
March
4 or 5
March
days.
9th,
I'll
guys,
be through that time period.
We'll get that interview locked in. You guys will be able to get to know Jake one-on-one.
Not March 8th.
Yeah, March 9th.
I'll be there for a few days.
We got somebody coming.
He's going to be there. Yeah, he's going to be there for a few days. So we'll lock it in.
Marquette, tell us about the Satan Center.
Well, thank you very much, bro. I appreciate that.
Thanks for coming, bro. Thanks for coming on.
No, thank you guys for having me and giving me some airtime. The Saint in the Center on YouTube, Marquette Devon on Instagram. I talk about business and entrepreneurship, talk about women, and we do a lot of cool stuff. Actually, in 2 weeks, we actually got a trip in taking a bunch of guys to Vietnam, 30 guys. So we do crazy stuff.
You're a very worldly guy. I want everyone to go check out your geopolitical content as well.
Thank you.
Really, really underrated good stuff. Matter of fact, the Tucker interview, I'm going to watch it actually.
Me too.
You know what's funny? I guarantee you he's going to say a lot of the things that you had talked about when the war first broke out. Because there's a select few guys that kind of know what the fuck is really going on with the Ukraine and Russia conflict. Like, it's just the rest of America is going to wake up to it. But yeah, man, great geopolitical stuff,
Thank you.
man. I wish you kept it on your YouTube up more, man.
Yeah.
People need to see that side because they think you're just a pimp. But it's like, no, man, you worthy guy, you traveling, talking about.
They think you're
you
just a pimp.
Businessman.
Yeah,
Right.
You know?
Businessman.
That's what he said. He said a pimp. That's what he said.
Let's check him out, guys. He's a good friend of mine.
What?
What can I find you, brother?
What are you gonna do?
Asshole.
Assholeconsulting.com. You got questions, answers. I'll kick you in your ass and tell you you're fat and need to lose weight. And
Help me with Why Women Deserve Less. You guys like that book? You better fucking like Aaron Clary.
It's got a great cover too.
Yes, which
Got a great
did.
cover, yeah. And then I have other books out there. I guess most germane to this would be the Book of Numbers.
Yeah,
analyzing our
go check it out. He literally
10
broke
books
down
out there.
Yes.
And yeah, a bunch of books. Me and Aaron will probably work on another book together. We've been talking about it. But you guys are going to see some more coming out very soon. And we need to bring you back too. You don't want to come to Miami, bro.
You
I'll go with you.
so far away over there, man. Why don't you come to South Dakota, man? I'm there.
There's no benches.
You've been to my
I would disagree.
I enjoyed myself.
Yeah,
Quite
fun.
enjoyed
I would
myself.
disagree. There might be some.
Freakiest women on
Don't you guys?
earth.
You'll be surprised where you find them sometimes.
Scandinavian.
Hey,
You'll probably never see a black guy.
Shout out to Caitlin Runk.
You two could be the.
We won't fit in, man.
No, that would be
That's-
great.
it's good to stick
You'd
out.
make front page news. 2 black guys. South Dakota. Wow, front page.
I'm too dark, man.
Bro, his black ass, they're going to think something's going on.
Come here, boy.
Yeah.
They were in the Union, not the Confederacy.
Big thanks to George Carmelino, who's our producer today. Thank you for doing
Thank you, bro.
a stellar job. Much
Guys, like to
appreciated.
subscribe to all the channels,
Yes.
man. If you're watching shit on Fresh and Fit, go subscribe to Say in the Center. Go check out Jake Shields on X. Go check out Michael Sortain, Lolo Tomasi, The Rational Male, and
Access
Aaron Clary.
Vegas.
Go
Yes.
subscribe to all of them right now, motherfuckers.
Now
They're
let's
our
go
buddies.
see some titties.
Yes.
If maybe we could talk again, and maybe think we